Hello and welcome. My name is Gwethan. I am the founder of Hendrick, and in today's video we are going to be talking about monetizing your skills in music business. I'll be real with you, I do not have much time. I've got literally less than an hour to film this, get it edited and uploaded, so let's just dive straight into it. So the thing is, the biggest shift that I noticed within my school, Hendrick Academy, if you're interested, the link's in the description, is when the creatives sort of take the paradigm shift and start actually earning money. And to do that, they undergo this process that I like to call artist to earner, and that is exactly what we are going to be running through. So you start off with asking yourself, what will someone actually pay for right now? Not someday, not when you blow up and when you're famous or when your music career works. You have to say right now, like, what are people actually paying for right now? What is there a market for currently? Let me just dug this slightly. Okay. So we are going to start with the Ikigai framework. So the thing is, Ikigai is all about what you enjoy or what you love and what you're skilled at, what the market actually needs and what people will pay for. When you can align those things, that is where you can make money. That is the Ikigai. I highly recommend that you look into it because it's a very powerful framework and it's very basic, but at the end of the day, business is extremely difficult and things take much more time, effort, energy, resources than you anticipate, and because of that you need to make sure what you're doing is actually something that is aligned with your soul, and ultimately you then have to make sure that whatever that thing is actually something that people are going to buy. You know, it's actually something that is in demand, something that can actually help people and that people will actually pay for. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You need to make sure that there's a demand for it and that you have the capability within you to actually fulfill said demand. So now you need to choose a lane or a niche. This is where I failed myself for so long, and so many other creatives fail because they think that everyone is their audience or anyone could be their customer. But the thing is, the second that you choose a niche, everything becomes so much easier. So for example, it could be mixing for metal bands or vocal production for pop artists, TikTok sound design for brands, or guitar recording for producers. You're not choosing your forever identity, you're just choosing a starting lane, because you know my business is quite complex. It's like part a record label, part a production company, and then also I've got the school. And for me, a big thing with the school is who am I actually targeting, because for a while I was just going for people in the music industry, but then that's quite vague, and then I was leaning towards artists and then independent artists and then music businesses, and I was trying to get more niche than that, but I didn't really want to go into like one specific business model like record label and things like that. So then I had to kind of figure out what the niche is within music businesses for me. So that's people that run businesses but don't necessarily have all of the entrepreneurial skills, all of the entrepreneurial education. So yeah, the thing is, I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like, when you try to sell to everybody, you sell to no one. Whereas if you can pick like a nice little segment of an industry or of anything, you can then dominate it and branch out. But if you spread yourself too thin, then you don't really get great results. So from there, you need to validate the markets. You need to ask, are people already paying here? Who are the competitors? Where are people struggling? This removes the biggest mistake that artists make or creators make, which is building things that nobody asked for. So of course you can go and look at your competitors. You can see what your competitors are doing, the services that they're offering, and how much people are paying for these services. And I would really, if I was going to look at my competitors, I would look at their reviews, because when people leave good reviews, they scream from the rooftops about what they're really happy about. So then you can be like, okay, these people really like this about that service, so I could do this in my own way. And then you can also see what they really don't like about that service, so you know what to avoid. So yeah, looking at reviews is super powerful, and analyzing your competitors is super powerful. If you're an educator, you know, buying your competitors' course is super powerful, because then not only do you learn from what they teach, but you can also learn how they teach and how they deliver. So don't be afraid of your competitors. Learn to study them and learn to study the market and what other people are doing. And don't see these people as a threat. See them as proof that your idea can work and that it can exist. From there, you want to identify real pain points, not what you think people want, what people actually complain about, whether that's that their mixes sound amateur, or they can't get streams, or they don't understand music marketing. The thing is, pain points are offer ideas. One tactic that I really like for this is you could ask sort of questions in like subreddits or Facebook groups or people that you know, and ask obviously groups that are related to the demographic that you're selling to, and just ask people what they're struggling with, ask people what they find difficult and what they wish was different. You really need to be able to lean into people's pain, because at the end of the day, business is all about solving pain. It's all about giving a solution to a problem. And if you can identify what people's pain points are, you can learn to connect with them. You can learn to, or not necessarily learn to, but you can, the way that you speak and everything that you do then will resonate with them much greater. And you also understand them on a much more personal level so that you can help them. Because again, business is all about helping people. It's all about solving people's pain, and if you understand what their pain is, you can then get a clearer idea of how you can solve it, and then you also get a clearer idea of how you can communicate to them. From there, you need to build your offer. This is where creativity becomes income. Not I make music, instead I help metal bands get professional mixes in X amount of time, or I produce pop vocals for artists, or I help producers finish their tracks. Your offer should be simple, clear, and sellable. One thing that I like to think about with an offer is think about it as an elevator pitch. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, it's essentially if you were in an elevator with someone and they asked you what your business was, to just describe it in one sentence, that is your elevator pitch. So for me, it could be I help music business owners go from ideation to scale in 90 days. And if you can put a time frame in that, that often also helps people. And then perhaps also if you can put some kind of guarantee in there, that is also amazing. So for me, is I help music business owners go from ideation to scale in 90 days. And if they don't make back their investment within that period, then I work with them for free until they do. And this is very, very similar to my actual offer, which is Hendrick Academy. The link is in the description if you want to apply. And yeah, you just want to be super specific and keep things super simple, especially if you're just beginning. You can always complexify it, or I don't know the word, but you can always build on it and make it more complex and make it better. But when you're starting out, you just need simplicity and action. I've got clients and friends even that get so bogged down in the really nitty-gritty details, which can be amazing for certain projects, but it also sometimes means that it gets in their way because they're so focused on the small details that they're not able to actually take action. What I want you to get from this video, that is all about just identifying these things that I've told you and just moving and moving and moving, because at the end of the day, you can only improve what you do. You can only develop your skills, and you can only get hands-on education and knowledge and experience by just doing. And done is better than perfect. I'm not saying put something that's shit out there, but just don't be afraid to just put something out there that's probably not perfect. If it's your first offer, it probably won't be great. My first offer was shit and no one bought it, but that's fine, because you learn from it and you build resilience, and you just keep going and going and going and refining and refining and refining and refining. So don't be afraid to fail, and please don't be hard on yourself if you feel that what you're doing isn't perfect, because perfection comes with implementation and with practice. From here, you want to price with confidence. Artists and creatives typically massively underprice themselves. They always sell themselves short. They don't think that they're capable, or they don't think that they're worthy of charging X amount, and they kind of devalue themselves, which is really sad to see. But you need to think about sustainability, value delivered, and confidence in the transformation. The thing is, cheap offers often hide unclear thinking. Cheap offers also attract slightly lower quality clients, let's just say, and it also means that you can't put in as much work and as much effort into helping your person with the transformation. Whereas if you offer a premium price for a premium service or offer or product, then you attract more premium clients, you work with more premium people, and it also means that because they're paying you more, you can put in far much more effort into helping them and delivering them results. So ultimately, everyone them wins. Yes, they pay more money, but they get rewarded or they get reimbursed with more value. And if you price yourself too low, then it's not sustainable. You can't grow, you can't have peace of mind because you're working so much for so little. You need to be able to charge sufficient amounts of money for your services and not sell yourself short, because it just doesn't serve you in the long run, trust me. From there, you need to sell it immediately. Listen, in Hendrick Academy, we give you all of the business training, we give you all the tools, the templates, the softwares, everything that you need to actually build the systems and the structure and the websites and the funnels and everything, which is amazing. Obviously, if you want that, apply, the link's in the description below. But to get going, to get traction, to get momentum, don't worry about any of that. You don't need funnels or automation or ads. You just need conversations, DMs, calls, and maybe a simple checkout page, or just make social media content, get your face out there, reach out to people, tell them how you can help them, go outside, speak to people in real life. My first few clients weren't even people that I attracted from the internet. They were people that I knew and worked with in real life. And I'll be honest, I didn't even necessarily exchange money with the first few clients, because we did like a value exchange. We traded skills for skills. So I got tuition in music production in exchange for helping that person build their business. And don't be afraid to do a value exchange for your first 1 or 2 clients, because then you also get them results, you get testimonies, you get social proof, and then you also develop yourself at the same time. But obviously, if you can get money, then that's amazing. But don't be afraid to work with people for free, but don't work with people for free. Just don't necessarily exchange money, exchange skills and value and all of that good stuff. So this is where entrepreneurship as a creative, as someone in the music industry, actually begins. You just follow everything that I've said. Remember, it's the question that you ask yourself: what do people want? Then you go into the ikigai, the niche, the market research, the offer, the selling. It's not easy, but it's simple, it's straightforward. Rewatch what I've said and just do it. Just take it on board. This training that I spoke in the last video and in this video is coming very soon to a free school community. It's going to be the free version of Hendrick Academy, where we're going to teach you how to actually be an entrepreneur in the music industry completely for free, but it's still under development currently. So yeah, that is coming. And yeah, like I said, I literally don't have any time today. Basically, I live in Amsterdam. My mum and dad have come to visit me for a weekend because it's my mum's birthday. I haven't seen them in months, and I need to go and meet them at the airport, but I need to get this uploaded and out beforehand. So yeah, if you're still watching, I am immensely proud of you. If you're interested in the training that I provide, again, the link is in the description below. My name is Gwethan. You have been amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.